Hey yo, what's going on to all of my warriors on YouTube? This is of course Mark checking in once again, coming at you guys with another video, man. First things first, hope you guys are having a blessed day. Man, that video about that video is still blowing up as I'm speaking right now. That video about do not do semen retention. I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, and all praises to the Most High. You know, I really thank God for that. When I'm making these videos, when I'm speaking my mind, speaking and giving you guys advice from my experience, it's really the Most High speaking through me. And you know, I'm just here to help, bro. I'm just here to help. I'm here to spread the word. I'm here to share my experience because, like I said, we're living in the last days, man. And you know, I understand that it's not a lot of people that live in the spirit, and maybe if you are living in the spirit, you're still walking in the flesh, right? So you're still gonna have battles, you're still gonna have temptations, you're still gonna go through things. You know, we're not perfect, I'm not perfect, but my goal is just to help you guys because I was once in that dark place and I know what that's like, man. And you know, even recently I was kind of battling in my own head, you know, because on semen retention, you're going to be alone. Like, there's no other way around it. And understand that you're not going to be alone forever, but that time that you are alone, it does feel like forever, you know? So you really got to be mindful of the things that you do, your thoughts, everything, right? But first off, I would like to share the verses of the week. As I've mentioned, I think I will make this a weekly thing, just sharing some of my favorite verses and you know, to help you guys out. Because if you guys don't know, I'm reading the Bible and I am, I guess you could say, a baby when it comes to the spiritual path. And I actually just finished reading Exodus. I will be making a Bible study / summary of Genesis, just sharing my thoughts. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. So let's go with 1 John 2, verse 15. I actually just got this from Mark the Messenger on his recent video. And this is like a great verse. This might be top 5 or top 10 for me. And there's a lot of top 5s, top 10s for me, but this is a really good one, especially because, you know, for us brothers, us warriors on this path, like I said, man, we're going to have battles. We're going to not be perfect. We're going to fall, right? And on my journey, I know for a fact that, man, it took me a while, bro. It took me a while to get adjusted to a specific mindset, to, you know, cut certain things off, have more discipline for yourself. Because, you know, me being young, 22 years young, you know, it's a battle every day. But let me read this, all right? So this is 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not the Father, but is of the world. And the world is passing away, and the lust of it, but he who does the will of God abides forever. All right. And I'll even read chapter 8 or verse 18. Little children, it is the last hour, and as you have heard that the Antichrist is coming, even now many Antichrists have come, by which we know that it is the last hour. Very powerful. And I'd also like to read, this is Galatians chapter 5, verse 17. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. All right. For the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary to the other, so that you cannot do things that you would. Now, I want to get into my experience recently with fasting. I don't think I've ever had a full day of fasting until last Sabbath day, and I was going to go to church, but I decided to stay home, read my Bible, and really just take that time out for myself, take that time out with the Most High. Which, by the way, I think I'm going to continue to, I'm most definitely going to go to church, just because, I don't know, it feels better in a way, just to fellowship with people and kind of like be in God's home, you know, even though it's really more about having a relationship, but you know, it's good to have positive people around you like that too, especially if you find yourself isolated, right? But yeah. And I noticed too, I'm not perfect. I'm actually going to say this, and I'm going to be transparent with you guys. Like last Sabbath day, when that day that I fasted, what happened? Oh yeah, my mind would be focused on worldly things, and it didn't really have that full focus on God. I'll be honest. Like when I woke up, said my prayer, and I still read my Bible throughout the day, but you know, I was at the library, and you know, they had some events going on there too. So although I did read my Bible, there was a time where, you know, I went to the event, checked out some things, checked out what they were doing, but I couldn't have that full focus on God like how I wanted to, you know. And yeah, but I'm still working on that. Like I said, I'm still new to this, and I'm not perfect. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, right? So, got my notes here. I got 3 notes. So, fasted for the first time. Let me just say, I started my fast like the night before, and that was around like 9 or 10 o'clock. I had a little bit of a heavy meal, I ain't gonna lie, because I was like, okay, I'm not gonna eat for days, so I'll probably feel hungry. It's gonna be my first time doing this. So I did that, and yeah, it was pretty solid, man. And then I woke up, had some energy, went outside straight away. I went for a walk, went to bike to the library, yeah, did some Bible reading, and I was out for like, excuse me, I was out for like 4 hours, so I came home at like 3 or 4 p.m., took a nap, and took a nap for like 3 hours, and then I had work the next day, but I couldn't go back to sleep because my sister woke me up, and then I was like, bro, I was just binge watching like YouTube videos too. I ain't gonna lie. Just seeking information, soaking up wisdom, kind of resetting. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I should have been reading my Bible more, but I was like, I already read my Bible. And dude, I did not sleep that for the rest of the night, bro. I probably had like 1 hour of sleep, and that was around like 12 or 1 a.m. And then I remember waking up at 3 a.m. and I was just energized, bro. Let me check my notes. So yeah, more energy. And I remember waking up just feeling energized, like feeling great. I broke my fast with pre-workout. That's probably not the right way to break the fast, but that's what I did. And I just told myself, like, bro, I gotta work out, yo. I gotta work out. Because, like I said, I was just feeling super energetic. And I was supposed to train Friday, but it was already late. And I was running a lot of errands that day. And so I trained that day. It was a little bit weird. Let me check my notes again. Hold on. My bad, guys. What happened? Yeah, I remember I had my bowel, and that's kind of TMI, but I'm gonna be honest. I had my bowel, and it's like I cleansed a lot of things out. And when I was training, it was a little bit uncomfortable, just because I'm not used to training without eating something before. And I was doing some high intensity jump rope. You guys will see it. I will upload it. I was doing some jump roping. And which leads me to my second point. I definitely felt more in tune with my spirit and just the spiritual realm. Like, bro, I remember specifically there's one point where I had this thought in my head, because you know I'm living in the flesh, right? I had a urge in my head, right? And I was thinking of some females, I ain't gonna lie. But then the thought of sex was like nasty. And that was the first time I ever felt that, guys. That was the first time I ever had a thought in my head about sex, and then it's like my flesh and my mind and my spirit didn't like it, which was really interesting. And I remember when I was jump roping and when I was training outside, mind you, it's like 4 a.m. at this time, really dark. I did feel fear, I'm not gonna lie, for some reason, just because it really felt like there were spirits with me when I was outside. But of course, you know, I got God in my heart, so I'm like, man, I'm not gonna fear these spirits if I have God with me. And that was really interesting to me, you know. So that's really my 2 points. I plan on doing more fasting once a week, and it'll be on a Sabbath day. Really interesting though. Really interesting. Definitely takes a lot of discipline. And something I realized too is that when you're eating a lot, bro, that makes you tired. And on this journey, I'm not really eating as much. I'll go off like one meal a day, bro, and I'll probably have something in between. I don't really have that big craving anymore, just because of how much energy I have. And it's definitely spiritual, man. It's definitely something spiritual, because the more you feed your flesh, I notice the more your flesh wants things. And it's like there's more urges to do like worldly things. I don't know how to describe that, but that's what I felt and that's what I experienced. But you guys let me know what you think. Like, have you ever fasted while being on semen retention? If so, for how long? How did you break your fast? And you guys let me know your experience. I didn't want this video to be too long, but I always have stuff on my mind, you know. And once again, let me read the verses of the week. Galatians 5:17. For the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary to one another, so that you do not do the things that you wish. Okay, Galatians 5:17. And then 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Do not love the world or the things of the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not the Father, but is of the world. And the world is passing away, and the lust of it, but he who abides the will of God abides forever. So, always remember, brothers and sisters, that It's a spiritual battle. You know, there's going to be times where you're going to be dealing with temptation. You're going to be dealing with battles, succubus, witches, warlocks, people that are envious, people that are creating roadblocks for you. But you got to surrender yourself to the Most High. Got to stay prayed up. And, you know, have your faith in the Lord, man. Have your faith in the Lord. Continue to walk the narrow path. It's not worth it to go back to the world. The world literally has nothing to offer. And the older I get, the more I'm starting to realize that. And I will continue to walk in the Spirit, bro. I will continue to deny my flesh. Always remember, no pain, no progression. Get your reps in. Shout out to all the new warriors once again. Appreciate you guys. And welcome to my journey, man. I also like to say that this is not my first run with semen retention. I first found out about semen retention like 3 years ago, but I said recently it was a battle. And I'm on like days. I don't even know what day I'm on right now, but I'll put it up in the title. But yeah, walk that narrow path.